Hello, everybody. Welcome to the lunch hour with Dingo and the baby.
Yeah.
Hey, baby. Today, we're talking about expectations from the newer generations to the older generations and what is expected from each and what do each expect from each other. All right.
All right.
First, we're going to go into the modern day household. Let's just put up a scenario. You have the newer generation and older generation living with each other still. What do you think is expected of each other for each generation?
Oh man, that is just a heavy question with no real guidance. But I'll try to sum it up like this. I think the old people they expect tradition, heavy tradition. You know, because I think with the heavy tradition, you kind of have the part of hey, we want to feel connected. We want to sit down. Family dinners have to be sat down. Everyone eats at the same time. Everyone eats their salad, then they go to their main dinner, then they go to ice cream. There's no, hey, I'll eat my dinner. I won't even have a salad. No, you're having that salad, Johnny. Okay, you're having that salad. Next, I think they would also expect cleanliness. I think you have to be clean because they're not going to live in trash. I think maybe because they were brought up and you have to have, clean stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Where nowadays people aren't as clean. So you have to be clean for the old people. That's just a
Okay.
must.
Yeah.
I think you also have to have chores. Chores have to be heavy. And I'm not talking make your bed. I'm talking go outside and mow the lawn twice. Twice.
Yeah.
And then I think you also need to be polite and just have manners. Okay. If you burp, say excuse me. Okay. Don't act like it didn't happen because it happened. Okay. So just say excuse me and move on. I feel like those are the main things for old people. What do you think they'd be for the new generation? What do you think the new generation expects?
I think the new generation kind of expects things to be handed to them a bit and for them to be just not as that basically the newer generation I feel is slightly lazier, and if something gets dirty, doesn't matter, they'll clean it tomorrow or the next day, turns into a week, turns into 2 weeks, turns into even longer. I think that these basically these expectations from the older generation have been watered down and slightly forgotten by the new generation.
I agree with that.
Yeah. What do you think the newer generation would be if I've missed anything?
I think the newer generation would probably be like, look, you need to be understanding of what's going on. I am going to do what I want when I want. First off, that's just what's going to happen. You don't really have control over it, grandma. I think they're also going to have to understand that, look, flexibility. I mean, that's kind of the same, understanding flexibility, but flexibility, I feel like there's a lot more things going on today than there was going back on in their era, where it was kind of more strict. But now today you have a bunch of different events going on, sporting events, gaming events, anything like that. They're also going to have to expect that, yes, maybe social media is a big thing. They're going to have to accept social media happens and that you're probably going to talk about social media and to deal with it, frankly, deal with it. You're also going to have to learn maybe to deal with, I think maybe TikTok deal with that type of stuff. Now you might be saying, come on, they're not going to have to learn to adjust to it. But yes, they are. Because I know personally, I hear my brother listening to TikTok reels every single day, TikTok videos, all that type of stuff, Instagram, everything. I hear it all the time. And I've learned to adjust to it. And my parents have learned to adjust to it. They've learned to start to kind of get what the common slang is and stuff, which old people would also have to get to learn is, our slang and kind of abbreviations, like they'd have to learn what WYD means, where
Hmm.
they'd be like, what's that mean? But if you text them that and you're like, oh, I know what that means. They're asking, what you doing, you know?
Yeah, kind of like the LOL, laugh out loud
Mm-hmm.
versus lots of love.
Yes, they'd have to learn that stuff. So they have to learn to kind of shorten things and maybe don't take 10 years explaining a story. You know, we don't need a 10-15 minute because time is more valuable, I've noticed. You know,
Hmm.
time is something this generation I feel like really cares about more in the way as like they want to be doing stuff they care about during their time. They don't necessarily say, oh, no, I can't do that because that will take up 5 hours. Sure, people play video games for 7 hours straight. but it's something they want to do. They're not going to want to listen to a story though for 15 minutes when that means they could hurry and get in 2 games of Rocket League.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's kind of what they have to understand.
Yeah, I'd say I agree with you there.
Might have went a little long on it, but I feel like that's very important for the people to know, exactly kind of some of the simple things even. I haven't even gotten the hard, crisp things that they'd have to learn.
Yeah. I think that'll be much for we're going to cover on the household, because
Okay.
honestly, you went into pretty good detail on it, and I think, yeah, that'll suffice for what we're doing. So you haven't seen your family in a while, and y'all decide to go to a family gathering. What is
Okay.
expected of the newer generation to do that'll appease the older generation?
I think they're going to have to, oh man, they're going to have to, first off, phones have to be put away. No technology at all. Okay, first off, where's the setting? Is that a park?
Sure. What does make it a park? Why not?
Okay, we'll make it a park. It's like a family reunion.
Mhm.
Okay. Most people have it at a park, I believe. So let's say it's at a park. You first off put those phones in the garbage can. They're no longer exist. Don't even mention the phone. First off, you mention the phone, you're running a suicide down and back. Okay, no phones at all. I think they're also going to expect you to first off get there early and set up everything. Okay, you have to set up everything. Because if you don't, they're not going to do it. They're old. They've done it before. That's what they had to do growing up. So it's their time to sit down and relax.
Mhm.
Okay, you have to set up everything. You also have to clean up everything because the same thing happens. They're not cleaning it up. Why would they? They're the adults. They're better than everyone. They're also going to expect you to make conversation and check on people and see what they want. If grandma says, "Hey, I need a soda," guess what? You're going to get them that soda.
And
It's
you
not
get
any,
2 or 3.
yeah. Okay, you're doing that, and then you're
I,
going outside and playing on that playground, Johnny. I don't care. It's hot. Okay, you're playing on that playground.
mhm. I think for the going back to that soda thing, I think what might be expected is you going around and ask everyone else there if they want um one, so that you can go and bring everyone one.
Yep.
But that's just kind of a nice thing to do in general.
But that you don't see that a lot nowadays, but that is a
No.
requirement.
Yeah. All right, carry on.
Um, I feel like also, I don't know. You have to go outside and play around, obviously. Let me think back to my family reunions. You have to eat all the food. There is no complaining about that food, okay?
Mhm.
Guess what? It sucks. It probably does suck, but guess what? You're eating that food. I don't care how bad you think it is. You're eating the food. There will be no complaining. You will finish all your plate, okay? What you grab, you are eating 2 times over. And I think that comes from the fact that they just don't want to be wasteful, you know?
Yeah, they're thankful for what they have, and
Yeah.
yeah.
And sometimes over thankful.
Yeah.
Can you think of anything else?
No. So now I want you to picture the same scenario and just explain your viewpoint on what is expected from the newer generation.
What does a newer generation expect?
Yeah, from the older generation upon going to a family gathering / reunion.
Okay. I think the newer generation is going to expect good food, relatable food that they are accustomed to. You got to remember, our taste buds are way different than old people's. We have way different food, way different everything. But our food is one thing. People care about food a lot. Really from any area or era, but food, especially for us, we need to like. So I think the food's gonna have to be there. Also, once again, we don't want to talk for 75 minutes. I mean, grandma, I love you, but shut up. Okay? Shut up. We don't want to hear about, your dog when you were 12. It's not needed. We don't need it. Also, guess what? It's hot outside. We're not going to go outside and play on the swings for 2 hours. We're 14, okay? We're not into that stuff anymore. That's not fun. And guess what? We're not going to clean up the whole thing. We're not going to go lift a bunch of chairs. We're not going to go ahead and take food to every single person's car. It's not happening. I feel like generally you'd see a big, like almost total disagreement. Because I don't think a lot of people are going to do that. Because like you said, people are more lazy now. They just sit down and don't work as hard, which I feel like even everyone most days now would accept that people don't work as hard. So they're not going to be like, oh yeah, I'll happily do that. No, they're going to sit there and just, they'll talk and stuff, I'm sure, but they also have to they need all people to understand they're not here to be the slaves.
Yeah, I think that's all really good points on that. Yeah, I think you pretty much down that. That was pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what else to really add to your thing.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Okay, what was your least favorite food to get at a family reunion?
Let's see. It's probably something with cold mashed potatoes mixed like potato salad, I mean, or
Oh my
pasta
god,
salad.
a bad potato salad. Potato salad can be so good, but it can also be so bad. And when you have a
Yeah.
bad potato salad, oh my god, your life is ruined. What my least favorite experience ever from a family reunion, if it's okay if I might add, was basically this. We go there. First off, we're 15, 20 minutes late. Okay, which is fine. No one wants to be there the whole time. They're old. But we're like, okay, there's going to be good food. Somehow the people bringing the food forgot the food. Oh my gosh. So we got Subway, but we had a split. Each person had a third of a Subway sandwich that wasn't even what you wanted at all. And it wasn't like, oh, instead of turkey, I get ham. No, you get like freaking, I don't even know what it was. It was just not good. That was the worst thing ever. And then like, oh, just be cheery. It's okay. We're all here together. I'm sorry. Yeah, I see you again, Grandma, but I saw you yesterday. Okay. It's not a new thing for me. Everyone here, I either don't know or I see them regularly. Okay. It's not like, we're here to support you, Grandma. That's why we're here. Okay. And then and then food, not having any food. That was the worst thing ever.
Yeah, I know you're a big food person and good food is important to you, so I can't imagine not getting, like, I know Subway is important to you too, so not getting what you want and still having no real food there. That sounds awful.
It would just make life not good. Not the
Yeah.
good at all.
All
Oh my
right.
God.
I think we're gonna move away from the family gathering slash reunion expectations area.
Okay.
Let's go into financial security. What do you think the newer generation, um, or let's see, how do I word this? What do you think is expected for the newer generation by the older generation versus what the newer generation actually does?
Okay. The new generation. The old generation expects the new generation to not make any reckless decisions, I feel. Don't make any stupid decision making when it comes to buying things. You need to save up your money, have a well
$10,000 Gucci
thought
bag.
out plan. Yeah. Guess what? You don't need those extra Twinkie You don't need those extra Twinkie snacks. Okay. You don't need it. It's not necessary. You need to have a good plan. I think that's important. You need to have a good manager, someone you talk to about your decisions, all that type of stuff. And also, I think that you're going to need to simply just save money, save lots of money for retirement. Now, the new generation is going to say, look, I don't know if it comes exactly to finances, but there's, I think, for the new people, like financially, I don't know if it's a plan, but just it might be considered a plan. Like I know my family, we had a built-in plan for when the PlayStation 5 came out. We were spending about like $1,500 on PlayStation 5s. Like the day they came out, that was a built-in plan into our family. That is what we were buying. So I mean, that might be something where old people go, "What? No, 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 never, never."
That money
So
should have
I
been
mean, I
put to
think
better
that's something.
use, right?
Yeah, I mean, come on, dude. You could have put that in a savings account, and over 25 years, you would have made an extra $200.
Yeah.
I think that's really something's going on. I mean, I think also the new generation is going to have to expect. Look, cool things have to happen. Like you have to go take trips. You have to go ahead and just do fun things. What's the point of living life where, what's the point of living life if you're never going to do anything? Or the new generation or the old generation, even like when it comes down to like insurance or not insurance, what's it called? just when you die, right? They like expect to give their kids like $100,000 each. Where the new generation, my opinion is, look, you spent your money on whatever you want. I don't care. I don't want your money. You know, I'd rather have you go ahead and do all the things you want in life and leave me nothing than sit there and you know, be like, oh, I can't go buy this. I can't buy a Subway because I got to save this money.
Yeah, I get that. I think that's good for this episode. So thank you everyone for listening to this episode, and we will see you guys next time.
Later, guys.
Peace out.